So, all right. Yeah, thank you for your warm welcome here, and thank you to Innovatief for hosting this StripeCon. It's a great city, great location, and everything is revolved around dragons, mighty creatures. Today I want to talk about DDev. First, a disclaimer, I am not a systems engineer. I am not a nerd in that sort of way, so I will do this talk from the perspective of a developer. So what's coming up in this talk? First, who am I? What is DDev? Why DDev rocks? SilverStripe CMS and DDev is the perfect match. I will show you and demonstrate that, and then we'll do a wrap-up and a Q&A. First, about me. Who am I? Who is Terry? I'm a developer. I have 20 years experience. I started in the dial-up era, just like our host or a moderator. I know the sound very well of a modem calling in. Back in the days, getting up early out of bed was not my thing, so I started my own company. I never knew what I wanted, so I did also a study of criminology and became also a CPR instructor on the side. So if I faint, I hope you know how to do it. Since last year, after the last StripeCon, I'm also board member of S2 Hub. We need to get more meetings together, Andy. I love SilverStripe a lot, also Laravel, but I'm more in love with SilverStripe. And also a big fan of roller coasters and thrill rides. I'm also a father, and I have 2 kids, and they're now old enough to join those roller coasters. So I'm a very happy man. So what is DDev? You've been all waiting for this. First, I want to see how many people are already using DDev. 1, 2, 2.5? The moderator. Okay, 2 people. Oh, I thought it would be more developers already using this. I saw Andy just presenting also his nice data manager, and it has the URL localhost in it, so I knew he's not using DDev. What is DDev? I asked ChatGPT to give me a one-liner, the description of DDev, and it came up with, DDev is a Docker-based tool that simplifies PHP development by providing an easy local environment. Well, that's true. What does that mean? It's running in minutes. Once you get, after the install of Docker and DDev on your machine, every project in PHP is running in minutes on your machine. Well, and you don't need to be an expert. That's my disclaimer. I'm no expert in server management, but I'm an expert in PHP development. So you can do what you want now and focus on what matters. That is your development. Back in the day, in the dial-up era, I had this tiny little icon in my Windows from WAMP server. I don't know if you had the struggles of WAMP server before, but DDev is nothing like that. It's your best friend. So it handles all the basics, Apache, Nginx, MariaDB, MySQL, you name it, but also the extras like Solr, ElasticSearch, and also I just found out there's also a type sense add-on. So if you listened this morning to Elliot, you might want to check that one out too. So DDev is for the people who don't want to be like Dirk, who knows everything about servers, but just get the stuff done on your local machine. So why does DDev rock? Why DDev rocks? You set up your project with one command, DDev config. I will show you in a few minutes. Then you start the project, DDev start, and it's up and running. That's it. And I really hope my laptop helps me out along this demo. Otherwise, DDev doesn't rock for you. Then you can visit your website. It's always the same structure, host name, that's the one you choose, .dedev.site. SSL signed. You have a SSL signed local environment. And this is all managed in one YAML file, config.yaml, so you can commit it to your repo, and every other developer working on your team has the same setup out of the box. So it's a perfect match also for SilverStripe. And this morning I learned it's not sake, it's sake. DDev Sake, dev build, Sake. I still call it Sake, sorry. Sake is coming out of the box if you set up your config to be a SilverStripe project. So dev build and dev tasks, really easy to do. But also if you like Laravel just as much as I do, Artisan out of the box. You sometimes have to do a WordPress because the client is forcing you to do it. There's also a WP CLI out of the box. And also for all other CMSs, I haven't tried them, so they're not split out here. And now the fun part, a live demo. Okay, is this readable for you? Can you read it? Sort of, sort of? Well, I hope so. Let me get my book with instructions. Okay, so I have a clean directory. I'll show you. I only have my PHP Storm folder there. First, let's start setting this up as a DDev project. DDev config, the first command you will execute. My project name will be stripecon. What is the doc root location? It will be public. What type of project this is? SilverStripe is in there. Done. Now let's start up the project. Let's hope this works. It looks like it works. Let's first do an install of SilverStripe. So we do a composer create SilverStripe installer. Did I make a typo? It's not allowed to be present. Oh, right. So, never saw that before. So I did the composer archive extraction. Now it's going to reboot the containers. Well, you have to wait for the magic sometimes. So are we there? Yeah, we're there. Let's see what our environment file looks like. In DDev, your database server, username, password, all defaults to DB. Nice and easy. Let's see if Sake works to build the database. Okay, so now we should have a fully functioning website. So that's it. That's your first SilverStripe project in DDev. And you think, well, is that it? Yeah, that's it. But that's the magic. But there's more. I'll show you some handy features in DDev. Because sometimes you screw up. DDev has a nice feature for that called snapshot. You can make a snapshot of the database like this, and you can always restore this point in time. So let's break the website, or sort of break the website. Of course, this password was leaked before. Okay, so, well, let's do it like this. Okay, so you see the word stripecon in there. Now let's restore that old snapshot we got. Snapshot restore. select the one we just made. And it's restored. So that's an easy way to restore during your development. If you screw up, you make a new column in your database with dev build, and you say, I don't want that one in my development environment. Roll back. It's really easy. But there's also other commands like export DB. You can just generate a dump file. And also similar, you can import really easy like this. Sort of similar like a snapshot, only this one is also really easy to use if you have a database dump from production, of course. And then you can import your SQL really easily. Let's see what we can do. Also, yeah, I have a nice use case. Because also, we have Mailpit out of the box. Do you guys know Mailpit? Someone uses Mailpit or Mailhawk maybe? Yeah? Raise your hands if you're using a mail. Oh, okay. Not everybody knows this yet, so that's a nice feature to show. I just asked my GitHub Copilot, if you watched last year, you know I'm a fan of GitHub Copilot, to generate a test mail task for me. And I will make it in here. Test mail. Okay. Let's go into dev tasks. Okay, so my new task is here to send a test email to show you it works. And there it is. So no more emailing to the outside world on your local environment. I have some other things to show. I want to show you Solr. So there's extra services like ElasticSearch, Solr. You can find them all on the DDev website. But for now, I'll go with Solr. It's as easy as doing a get command. And there you go. Restart your project. Who has configured Solr before on a local environment? And who did this in under 30 seconds? Oh, you did. You have DDev. I said 30 seconds, but we're not sure yet. Oh. Who else configured Solr in under 1 minute? There we are. So I'll show you another command. That's the status. You get all the containers that are in your project. Let's open up Solr. All these default passwords, I know them by heart. So and there's your Solr also running sort of out of the box. Then one other one I have to show you because I really like it. It's DDev dbeaver, but also for Mac there's Queryus and other tools to open up your favorite database manager and get access to it right away. Then also there's one last thing I want to show you, and that's related to the talk this morning. If you want to use TypeSense, there it is. It's Kevin Quillen /DDev-TypeSense. All right. All right, so if you want to give it a try yourself, I listed some of the most famous commands of DDev. I can really recommend it. It simplifies your development. You can get started really fast. It supports complex integrations like Solr, ElasticSearch, and you can really focus on what matters. Thank you. That was it.
Thanks, Terry. Any questions for Terry, perhaps? Questions. All right. Yep. Coming.
Can you show us, if it's easy to do, can you show us the actual config file for DDev? Are you able to, to apply sort of customizations to the standard packages that, that it comes shipped with?
Can you show it up screen? So there it is. It's basically the first 15 lines is your config file. You can easily switch PHP versions, change your web server like Nginx on the fly, change your database provider. So even your Node version, and that's the thing I struggle most with.
Great. Anyone else? Can you show us the where you have the Dutch words there, because they're really funny.
Dutch words?
Yeah, I saw like to save your password. It was like for the schlep, for the where the Google asks you like if you want to save your password.
Oh right. I'm not sure where.
No, I'm kidding. It's okay. But thank you. A big round of applause for Terry.
Thank you.